Who's this for? Just for the group? Okay,
For the group, just to post those in the group.
good.
You do me a
Can I
favor.
take a nap?
Don't let me have to.
Yeah, go ahead. We won't say, we
Again?
won't tell the teacher.
All right, don't tell the teacher. All right.
Don't tell the teacher.
Well, as I recall, we were working on,
iCafe?
very good. See, iCafe, no, a ver.
Do iCafe? I mean, do cafe?
No, no iCafe.
No, not
Well, I
tonight.
told Carl we were coming here for Spanish class, and he gave me some Spanish statement to say, and then when he finally broke it down, I decided I wouldn't say the Spanish statement to you when he told me what it translated to, so.
So, I'll tell you, I noticed I just said a phrase right now, and you said iCafe, and I said, sí, I went, espera, a ver, and it's just a phrase that means, let me see, let me check on it. It literally means to see. So like, boy, it's probably from boy a ver, I'm going to see, but it's just shortened to a ver. And that can be a helpful phrase. Anytime somebody asks you a question, you don't know the answer, but you're going to check on it. A ver,
Okay.
a ver. Boy, déjame checar. A ver, let me
No, B
check.
makes the B sound, right? A ver.
A ver. I'm trying to, a ver.
Oh, there.
I'm trying to do a soft, I'm trying to do a soft BV sound. So
There.
that's not to be confused with a verb, a ver,
There.
which is pronounced exactly the same, but that verb means it's a to be type of verb that has to do with
a
existence.
Shakespearean verb.
It ends up being used later. It's like it's to be or not to be. This is a to be that has to do with, like, we know that estar is to be in a temporary sense, and ser is to in a permanent sense. So estar is como está, how are you? Estoy enfermo, I am sick. Estoy contento, I am happy, right? So this is a state of being. This one here is to be, but in a permanent sense, like soy americano, I am an American. Soy hombre, I'm a man. You know, things that don't change, right? But haber is to be in the sense of existing. Something is. Y'all remember me telling y'all that wonderful verb, H-A-Y?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any? This is the conjugation of haber. That doesn't make any sense. It don't look like it goes together, but this is, so.
How does it go together?
What do you mean, how's it go together? It doesn't follow, this one doesn't follow any rules. It's an irregular verb, so this is one of those ones you have to memorize. But you use haber if you want to say, is there going to be coffee Sunday morning? Va a haber café. You don't say va a estar, that's more location. Va a ser, that's permanence. Va a haber, is there going to be? Is there going to? Yeah. So, but I only brought this up because that sounds exactly like that. They're pronounced identically. And context will tell you which one is being used. I know you're gonna ask that question.
And I already bit my tongue.
So you had a sentence making and some translation on page 60, is that right?
Yes, sir.
See.
Okay. By the way, I threw y'all a little Easter egg in the chat today on Facebook Messenger. Marvin, I'm sorry, do you have Facebook?
No.
Okay, you're a blessed man. But we have a little Facebook chat, and does anybody catch it? You said the time, and I said the time, but I said it differently than you.
I did not read it. I was working on her math.
don't
So
know.
I had seen I got it, but I didn't read what was going on.
Now I gotta find it. You saw how many
Yeah,
years
I'm
ago?
trying to.
You can push Facebook.
I was working, I didn't see it.
I mean, I can.
saw
if
it,
you
but I
want.
didn't read it.
We can do it if you want, but
What's that?
The homework
He,
group?
he was wanting to know what to
He
put
was
Facebook
setting
on.
up my phone.
For chapter 8.
Should he put it on or no?
You know, it used to be you could have Facebook Messenger without a
It was
Facebook
59
account. I don't know
and
if that's
60
still the
and
case.
61.
But
We
it
can
might-
check it.
The
We can check
bottom,
and
the
see.
very bottom.
We won't use it a whole lot, but this is one I
You
wrote.
said 18 horas.
Yeah. What does that mean, Keith?
And 18
18?
hours.
Yeah.
1800.
You as a military guy, you get
And
it.
that's the only thing I
And I noticed yours was,
because I didn't know.
one of them came across numeric 6 and the other one came across gauge.
So I only pointed that out to you to let you know that most of Latin America uses military time for anything formal, anything like business hours, travel tickets, train rides, and so you got to get to know military time because it's very, very common. You know what military time is? 24-hour time.
She uses that.
Okay. So it's
It's really, everybody should use it because you don't have to worry about
It
it's
eliminates-
AM or PM. It's just
Right.
It eliminates because it's 12 a.m. Does it go with 11:59 a.m.? No, it goes with 12:01 p.m. Right? So but sometimes you get confused. All right, they said 12 p.m. Is that 12 o'clock at night? Because 11 p.m. is at night. You know, but you're right. So if you said 1200 and 2400, you'd know exactly what it was. All right, let's hear your sentences. Remember, I asked you to get jiggy with it. I encourage you to make some creative sentences on page 60. Yes, ma'am.
I did the exercise on page 56,
9.
57 and 58 and 59.
No, you're not 57. It was just the bottom and it says A. So it's just 59.
That's the only one I didn't do.
Yeah, it goes into 60, page 60.
Yeah, and
I did
61.
that
I didn't
bottom
do that.
part, but I didn't do the.
You didn't do page 60?
I did
You
not.
didn't do the
Okay.
A and B?
All right, who did page 60? A and B. All right,
I
of
did.
course, this teacher's pet did. I'm just kidding. What you got, Charlie?
Let's see. L. Do you want me to just pick any of them or just
Any
the
of them,
top?
not the
Okay.
first one. Anyone?
El
Well,
I
pick the long one, really
no
impressive.
want to hear a long,
Cúmulo
complicated.
una fortuna esta mañana.
All right, say it again. I was talking while you were talking.
Here, okay. El novelista cúmulo una fortuna esta mañana.
Okay, that's an interesting statement. Did anybody understand what she said? The novelist accumulated a fortune this morning.
Yeah.
How did he do that? 'Cause I'd like to do the same thing.
He
got his
just
royalty
read the
check in.
newspaper and there was just things on there. And
His wife died and he got the life insurance settlement?
yeah, something like that.
Is that what you said? Okay, no. All right, good sentence. Very good. So you went outside the box and you brought something. Did anybody else create a complicated sentence that you could share?
I didn't even do a simple one because I was sick all month.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Well, let's just remind ourselves of what we're doing with this sentence, with the statement, is we're taking the ACION words and we're turning them into past tense, first person, and third person. I'm sorry. So any of the, like accusación, which is what? Accusación. What does that sound like? Accusation. So how do you say I accused? Acusé. You accused.
Acusó.
Acusó.
Oh,
Acusó. All right. It takes some repetitive. All right, let's go to lesson number 9. I don't know why we're talking about the devil in the church, but he attends pretty regularly. He usually falls asleep though when I'm preaching.
Sorry about that.
Now I can never fall asleep again.
All right. There are 2 verbs in Spanish to say is. There's actually 3, right? We talked about this one. But there's 2 verbs to say is. Es, which comes from ser, and está, which comes from estar. Okay? So, estar, I told you, is temporary, it's location, it's condition. They say está used to say where things are, or to ask where things are. ¿Dónde está María?
¿Dónde está María?
¿Dónde está la estación?
¿Dónde está
Mi papá está en Cuba.
My father's in Cuba.
I thought he was on a ship.
Yeah, well, I hope he's not in Cuba right now. They got kidnapped by pirates. And my dad's on a cruise right now,
Oh,
so.
really?
Mi papá está en el Golfo de América.
Gulf of
No,
America.
They call you up for a ransom, like, I got $20 I can
That's
take.
right.
So you want to get in trouble, teach us to say that when we're in Mexico. We're not going to say, oh, no, it's
No,
the
that's
Gulf of
right.
Mexico.
Golfo de Mexico. All right, está is also used to say how people are, or to ask, how they are. So, ¿cómo está su mamá?
How's your mother?
¿Cómo está usted?
How are you?
Mi papá está bien.
My father's one.
Mi mamá está muy bien.
Me, mama.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna advance. We've been talking, you understand there's first, second, and third person, singular and plural in every verb. So first, second, third. And they're showing us the third person singular, right? Would you like to know what the other ones are, or will it be confusing?
We'll just stay on
I
task.
would like to know what they are.
You'd
I
like to know
don't
what they
know
are?
what they are.
All right, so I'll
I
take
don't remember.
30 seconds and give them to you. Estoy, estás, estamos. That's supposed to be in. We don't do that one. Están. Now we're only working on this one right now. Over here you have soy, eres, somos. Don't do that one, and son. So those are the conjugations for the two verbs estar and ser. So if someone asks you cómo está, you can say bien,
Bien.
or you can say estoy muy bien. I am.
Very good.
Okay. ¿Cómo están ustedes? How are y'all? Estamos muy bien. We are good. We are well. So right now we're only focused on this one. I just want you to see that there are other ways. We're only doing third person right now because we're talking about other people.
Every man.
Okay, so yeah, we're on the
Or
third
the third man.
Third man.
Yeah.
Now this is present tense, okay? Okay, so the ones with the o and the e on the endings, those are past tense. We're now talking present tense conversation. So here's a rule on the top of page 63. Donde and como take está. And it says the following dialogue is repeated millions of times every day. ¿Cómo está usted? Bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? Muy bien, gracias. That phrase, that's,
The customary proper way to
it
do it.
is, absolutely. Now, if it's your beloved friend or your wife or your mama, ¿cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
Right? Because you use the tu form with mom or with your wife, but notice also the answer here does not include a verb. ¿Cómo está usted? Bien. We do that in English. How are you doing?
Fine.
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 Good. Might say doing good. Well, doing is the verb, but it's not uncommon to say great. Happy. There's one guy I asked, how are you? He always answers thankful. That's his answer. Bill Cutler from the Time to Revive group.
Okay.
If you ask him, hey brother, how you doing? Thankful. I'm thankful. That's his consistent answer. So it's not uncommon to drop the verb. You don't have to say estoy bien. It's just understood, but it can be. All right, repeat these words after me. El diablo.
El diablo.
El infierno.
El infierno.
That's that you can think about
El infierno.
the infernal, right? Like a burning hot
Yeah.
place. Okay. Infierno. La oficina.
La
La
oficina.
oficina.
And don't say all. Make sure it's o. Oficina.
Okay, so
Oficina.
question.
Yes, sir.
La
El
oficina.
Diablo, La Oficina. Both are
Wait, say it again.
El Diablo, La Oficina. Why is the What's changing the V from being L to the law?
Because the word is either masculine or feminine. So diablo is masculine. Now, if you said la diabla, you'd be talking about a she devil.
She don't read.
Don't look at your wife, brother.
Right.
No,
I'm already in enough trouble for the amen and service.
she's going to give you another nod on the
I don't
head.
think anybody's told her about the amen yet, so
We might have to have
I don't need
Well,
to
now
add
you
to it.
just did.
Friday morning at the hospital.
I'm trying to get her to watch the service so she'll have to have.
There
some-
was a pretty good one there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so it's just that all nouns have
Yeah.
gender.
After I asked
We
you, I
don't
realized
determine,
what it
yeah.
was. It was the masculine, feminine.
The only nouns that change gender are whether it's
Transgender nouns?
a man, transgender,
Transgender nouns.
Oh,
but it describes the person. So, if it's a doctor, el doctor, it's a doctora, la doctora, right? So, if the person, whatever that person's intrinsic gender is, you'll use that word. But only, cats, dogs, animals, they are masculine, feminine, right? Any gendered entity will reflect with the word, but a table is always la mesa. It's
La
never
mesa.
el meso, never. It's always la mesa.
is
La
meso a
silla.
word? Is meso a word?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
I just see a Facebook reel that said, I think, like, non-binary in Spanish is like
Binario?
O or bina, depending on the gender.
Really?
It's
Really?
funny.
Well, I will tell you, like, there was a movement for a while. Y'all remember this?
Latinx,
Yes. I'm going to write it out.
which all the Latinos did not like that.
They hate it. They absolutely hate the idea. This is an American thing that we've done, but they really, because
What does it mean?
that would be for a Latin person of unknown gender, or a bi, or a trans, or they're identifying as unknown or as fluid or whatever. And so in the Latin American culture, that's it's disrespectful. You know what you are. You know what that person
disrespectful
is.
in American culture.
And I'm gonna be,
Yeah.
I certainly.
But Latina is Latina X is. Right?
Yeah, there was no. You got Latina. You got La. I don't mean to put this on.
But they don't find those offensive.
No, because that's accurate.
Okay. I just
But if you
wanted to
replace
make sure that I was just understanding it was
Yeah.
X so that I
the X is what's inappropriate. It's
I wouldn't
unacceptable.
use that in the first place anyway. So
Yeah. And what's funny is it doesn't work in Spanish. You can't say Latin.
there's no laws.
It's Latina, Latino. So it's just very plain.
Female.
All right. Un hombre, which means it would also be el hombre. What's the difference between el hombre and un hombre?
A and the.
A and the. El is the, un is a. Una mujer,
Una mujer.
la crema,
La crema.
el club de tenis,
El club de tenis.
pero,
Pero.
not perro, that's a
Perro.
roof, pero.
Oh,
Gracias,
Gracias.
bien,
Bien,
en la casa,
en la casa,
en casa.
En
casa.
Notice the difference. One is
In
in
the.
the house, the other one is at home. What's the difference between in the house and at home
You're
in
actually
English?
in the house, or, you could be outside the porch.
at home is where you live. It's
Right.
Yeah,
your resident. And the house could just be general. I mean, your house.
could be anybody's house, right?
Yeah.
Could be anybody's house.
Yeah, the dog is in the house.
So, ¿dónde está? En casa.
Exactly, perfect, 100% right. Yeah, and you just say en casa, I'm at home, and they instantly know. But if you say in la casa, they might say la casa de quién? Whose house?
Mi casa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But you wouldn't say that because you're very fluent in Spanish.
En el refrigerador.
In el refrigerador.
Let's say that word again. Refrigerador. Let's do the vowels. E, I, O. Emphasis on that O. E, I, O. Refrigerador. 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 Is that a hard word to say?
That old one in the back corner over there.
You know what's funny about this word?
Muy
They
difícil.
shorten it a lot to en el refri.
Oh,
Just like we say fridge, they often shorten it to en el refri. Just the first two syllables. And then
That's worse than aeropuerto.
aeropuerto.
This is worse than our.
Oh, it is hard. It's a hard
harder.
word.
It's harder than
Yeah.
airport.
Refri.
And then the last phrase, en el sofá.
En el sofá.
Interestingly, this is one of those rare Spanish words that ends in an A that's masculine. Okay, so
Because it has the
90% of the time, if it ends in A, it's a feminine. If a noun ends in A, it's feminine. 90% of the time.
That one's transgender.
No, 'cause
Man,
it's
he's
always
gonna get
that-
me in
it's
trouble.
always feminine.
Because it has the accent mark above.
I don't know
it.
why, because here's another one. El agua.
Agua.
Water?
The water.
The water.
No water.
Now, here's what's odd. I'm gonna blow your minds. This is not good. You don't need this. This is gonna hurt. But I'm already there.
Oh.
This is actually, this is the only word I know in the entire Spanish language that has this breakage of the rule this way. This is a massive breaking of the rule. This is actually a feminine word. But I've been told that if you say la agua, it becomes lagua, because these two A's run together. Lagua.
Lagua.
They didn't like the way that sounded. So el agua pura.
Puro.
There's a feminine adjective on what appears to be a masculine word,
Water.
but you just have to know when you're talking about agua, el agua. And it really has to do with how it sounds. There's another one that they do. Let me think for a second. No, much more complex. I'll get to it later. There's one more similar word. All right, let's have a conversation, okay? I'm going to read the first sentence of each one of these, except I'm also going to read the third sentence of the first grouping because it's the same person. And I want all of you to respond, and we're having a conversation. You are one person, I am one person. So all of you are one person answering with the second sentence. ¿Cómo está usted?
Bien, gracias. ¿Y usted?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Cómo está su mamá?
Mamá, estoy muy bien.
Gracias.
¿Cómo está su papá?
Papá está bien.
Bien, gracias.
¿Cómo está Roberto?
Roberto, estoy bien, gracias.
Gracias.
¿Dónde está Roberto?
Robert está en la club de tenis.
¿Dónde está su mamá?
Mamá está en casa.
Casa.
¿Dónde está su papá?
Papá está en la oficina.
¿Dónde está la crema?
La crema está en el refrigerador.
I like that. Refrigerador.
Refrigerator.
¿Dónde está el conductor?
El conductor está en el tren.
So really, every part of this made sense except for the last sentence. I don't know why I'd be asking where the conductor is, right? But the rest of this was a normal conversation. I'll tell you something interesting. When you're saying goodbye in Latin America, they will often say "salúdame
Salúdame.
a." This is a phrase saying greet for me, and this is the personal a from a direct object because it's going to be followed by su papá. And then they'll say salúdame a su mamá. Salúdame a su esposa. When I go to Latin America, any place I've been, my dad's been there, Daryl's been there, Lane's been there, Lori's been there, two of my daughters have been there recently. And we'll have this conversation. Salúdame a su papá. Y salúdame a hermano Daryl. Salúdame a hermano Lane. Y salúdame a su esposa. Salúdame. It's like they have to individually do every one of them. And we're like, just say hi to everybody, right?
Yeah.
We want to say, salúdame a todos is what we want to say. But there's a properness about that greeting. They will run down, and you just get tired of saying, the answer is gracias. Because they're saying, greet your dad for me, thank you. Greet your mom for me, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But, so in this sentence here,
They're not asking you how they are.
they're saying greet them.
Greet them and you say thank you.
Yes. And this isn't a goodbye. This is not in a hello. This isn't a goodbye when you're saying goodbye to someone. When you're leaving, like when I get ready, I'll be in South Mexico in January for the 25-year anniversary of one of our churches. Lori and I will be there. When we get ready to leave, we'll be leaving the church, and they'll be telling me every single person they can remember from Christian Challenge who's been there. They'll name them one by one. And it's honorific. And in their heart, they remember these people. These people matter. And so I'm supposed to come back and tell, all right, Lane, this person and this person and this person. And I said, brother, they all said hello. You know, I'm gonna show you. I can't remember them all.
Right.
But that is something you're going to have happen. And I understand why salud is what you say when someone sneezes.
Salud.
Salud means health. So I can understand why. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta take that. Hello. Hey. No, I got at least half an hour. Is he ready? Is he finished? Ask him if I can bring him the check tomorrow. Okay, just have him leave me an address, and I'll get it to him. Thank you.
Salud, S-A-L-U-D-E.
No E, just
No E.
S-A-L-U-D. And when you write salud by itself, it does not need the accent mark. Why?
Because rule
Because
number.
it sticks to the rule. Rule number 2.
That's it. It ends in a
So that means
consonant.
health, and then salud means what again?
Greet.
Street.
Yeah.
That's direct translation. You just say greetings.
This is
Like send my greetings.
so here's the difference.
If you're drinking and you go cheers,
I don't know. I've never been drinking in Mexico, so I can't answer that. But that probably would be salud. I think.
salud.
Yeah.
Salud.
But so this word here is actually from a verb, saludar, which is to salute, right? So this is a verb, but by itself, without any verb ending on it, it's health.
I did ask ChatGPT about agua.
Yeah, what did it say?
Let me tell you. I don't know if you're curious.
Sure,
So it did say, first of all, it's an excellent question. It was really,
of course.
said the word agua is actually feminine, not masculine, but it uses the masculine article el instead of the expected feminine. Here's why. The reason Spanish avoids having two A sounds in a row because it can sound awkward or hard to pronounce. Since agua begins with a stressed A sound, agua, the language swaps la for el to make pronunciation smoother. So we say agua, not la agua, for easier flow, but grammatically it's still feminine. Examples, el agua fría. Notice the adjective fría stays feminine, not frío. Esa agua está limpia, the water is clean. Esa, not ese, because it's feminine. In short, because of the A, then here's other examples, el aguila, say that right? El aguila, aguila, the eagle.
Aguila.
Aguila.
Aguila, the UI, aguila. And el ama, the soul. And el hacha, the axe.
Ache, H-A-C-H-E.
Yeah, ache.
Okay, so that
Hacha.
Acha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the soul is el ama,
Yep.
and the eagle, el agua.
Aguila.
Aguila.
Aguila. So that I really appreciate you doing that because you actually helped me understand the reasoning behind something I didn't understand. I didn't.
Thank you.
It's because the stress is on this part. On every single one of these words, this actually has an accent mark over it. And so they're saying that anytime the first letter is the emphasized A, this is here because of 3 syllables, but rule number 3 breaks it. This is rule number 1, alma, second to last, next to last. This is rule number 1, H. So all of those would be l'águila, l'alma, l'hacha. So it's el águila, el alma, el hacha. That makes a lot of sense.
Have a distinct difference between you're saying the and not a new word.
But I love the fact that there's actually a rule about that. See, man, Spanish is amazing. I love this. I love something new every time.
My
That's
Spanish
just moved to
teacher,
Spain. I meant Mexico.
my Spanish teacher said that you can't have two vowels put together. That's why they don't do. That's why they changed the L,
Yeah.
the law
I think
to
that's
L.
what he was just saying.
Yeah, and that's kind of the same idea. So here's, I'm gonna leave that word there, águila.
Is that for the double A?
See, you're learning.
They're really,
Because the double E is, each one sounded.
that's what I was gonna say. So it should be la águila.
Right.
You should put that pause in
And
there.
pronounce both of them.
So what I was gonna say is there are vowel combinations in Spanish. The only one I know of, like leer,
Right.
leer.
Read.
But, so I want to show you a couple of them. G has a rule that if it's followed by an A, O, or U, it's a hard
It's a hard G.
G. We talked about that lesson number 1. Followed by E or I is a soft G. Okay? So here we have an example of, we want to say E, but we want to say G. We don't want to say ahila. Without the G, without the U, it's ahila because of this rule. But with the U, aguila. And the U actually ends up being silent.
So the UI again makes the E sound. Águila.
Yeah, because the U is silent.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
But so when you have all these vowel combinations, whenever you have, you can have a, e. I can't think of an example. Aer. Oh, aero. Puerto. This is 2 different syllables. Aeropuerto. But if you had,
Well, the UE is a two-syllable too.
it depends on, no, like guardia.
Guardia.